hello, moped man. Dude looked like a GTA character. Hi everybody, good day to you. Welcome back to Project Jeep. You will notice that the rear wheels are on said Jeep at this point. I'm trying to make a push to get this thing done ASAP because in a few days this wall right here is coming down and the shop is expanding into this section over here. So in order to demo this wall properly, I need to get this thing in a decent condition where it can move. And I could move it right now, but then I've got to bring it back in later. So what I think I want to do is just go ahead and finish this up, get the rest of this knocked out, re-gear this front differential and put that limited slip in, and then our wheels back on and we should be good to go. So let's make haste and get to it. I'm gonna go ahead and pull this steering linkage off of here just to get some access and some clearance, and we'll pull these axles out, brakes off of course, and then we'll pull this unit out of here. And today it's the black subscribe button because it's not green. Rolling, rolling, rolling. Let's get the roll cart rolling. Let's go ahead and start at the left front. That'll work. Okie dokes, like I said, first things first, steering linkage is gonna come off. That stuff's in the way. So let's get this out of here. We'll start with the left front tie rod. And we'll flip that castle nut over. Watch this right here. This is the not using a puller method. See that? I flipped the castle nut over in case I needed to give the stud a tap. You can't hit the castle side because it'll just deflect the nut and it'll ruin it. And that would be bad. Let's see here. Let's just kind of... Why don't you want to come out? It won't go down far enough to release. What is that? That doesn't make any sense to me. Here, let's try to turn this way some. Maybe that'll give me the space I need. Sure will. Okay, that's loose. Let's move over to the pitman arm next and break that guy loose. Now this one's a little harder to do, but I think we can get that guy to come out of there. It's harder to do because there's no space in there. See that? Come here, cotter pin. No, I mean that. Come out. Oh, I cut it. Okay, no worries. Not gonna reuse it. Leverage. Ooh, it just broke. That's fun. There we go. Got it. Yeah, no power tools in there. I don't think. Unclick keys. Got it. Not out of the woods yet, it's still stuck in there. I have an idea. Yeah, that's better. Went right in, no problem. And when I tighten down this bolt right here, it's going to act on the business end of this puller and it's going to push that stud through the pitman arm. I love force multipliers. Incoming loud noises. It's starting to feel like it's gonna get a little violent. You gonna go? Come on. Ooh, getting sketchy. Ooh, it's starting to bend. Yeah, that's that Harbor Freight quality right there. Ooh, is this gonna work? Nope, not gonna work. We're losing the tool. Maybe I need to readjust and try again. Let's back this off. Oh, that's junk now. Okay, now we're gonna try the non-Harbor Freight puller. This is the OTC equivalent, which is a brand name. The Harbor Freight one was just no, it's just whatever. I think that's it's in there. Yeah, we're good. We're in. All right, here goes nothing. Woo! Got it. Moving on. Let's get the passenger side next. All right, same procedure here on the passenger side. Pull the pin after we get all the dirt out of it. Come here, Jeep dirt. Pull that guy out. Comply. I don't know what that was, but it fell out. I think it was a washer. That one's not doing it. Well, I got the puller here. Encore. Here, we'll turn that. Get some oh, we got it. I'm pretty sure. Yeah, we got it. Let's pull the steering stabilizer off, and that's that. All right, here, let's get this steering stabilizer out of here. And the entire steering linkage assembly is now free. Mostly. I gotta get it out of that spindle there, knuckle. There we go. I'll slide this guy out through the driver's side here. Okay, now we can get this axle nut off of here, and then we'll move on and pull the brake caliper off, and then we can pull this rotor off. Then we can pull the axle out. Come on, pin. There we go. Leverage. I love leverage. Oh. Uh-oh. And we lost it. That's the pin. I cut it. Side cuts are great for pulling pins because they dig in, but if you dig too much, it cuts it in half, which is what I've just done. Save our castle nut, we need that. And this little anti-rattle shim, we need that too. It keeps the nut from flippy-flopping around. Axle nut and its washer. Need a magnet. Look at that later. Okie dokes. Two 12mm bolts on the back side of this caliper here. And the caliper will be free. 13mm bolts. Hang on here. Okay, here comes another dirt avalanche. You see all this in here? It's not good. Come out. Please. Oh, come on. There we go. All right, caliper's out. Let's pull this rotor, set that aside. All right, let's pull these hub bearing bolts out. Easier said than done. Come out. Okay. Well, there's one. Now, why won't this one come out? Because it's rusted and stuck. You lose. Yep, look at that, rusted and stuck. And there's one more on the back side over here. Ooh, that socket's getting warm. Okay, that one came out. Flawless victory. Now this bearing here is gonna be a little difficult to remove. I'm gonna encourage it to come free. Oh, never mind, I'm wrong. It deceived me, it's coming out. Look at that. It's like it's bringing the axle with it. We don't want that. Let's push that axle back. There we go. There's our bearing, backing plate. We'll set those aside, because now I would like to pull the axle out. The U-joint feels good. And there's a little stubby shaft. Set that aside. Man, there's a lot of dirt in here. No worries. Okay, let's go over to the driver's side and repeat set procedure. Okay, I'm gonna start with the caliper on this side just to get it out of the way, and since the tools are fresh and on top of the pile. In this particular instance, order of operation isn't terribly critical, so I can deviate slightly if I choose, which I do. I'm an impulsive creature. Come on, dirt-filled caliper. What's in there? All right, that's the side. Rotor's off. Grease spewed out. I told you I greased those U-joints the other day, see? Yeah, I'll clean that off later. Yep, just go ahead and break that right now. Nice, coming right out. Oop, anti-rattle clip. Got it. Let's see, where's that 36 again? And wheel bearing bolts. Let's see if these guys are gonna come out. Yep. Times 2. Good to go. Number 3. Real quick, let's break this axle free of the bearing, protecting the threads. There we go. Hey, girly. Fixing Project Jeep. What are you doing out here? Come out. Come out, bearing. Got it. Bearing, backing plate, and axle. Number 2. Another little stubby guy. It's well lubricated. Okay, now that all this stuff is out of the way, let's go ahead and pick this up some so I can stand under here, and we're gonna pull this front differential out. Okie dokes, this differential is gonna come out of there the same way that the rear did. 2 bolts, 2 caps, then the whole unit comes on out. I'm keeping track of where these go because these caps cannot switch locations. So they're being oriented the same and they're being placed next to each other. That way I know. Now on the long side of this axle right here, there is a mid shaft inside of there, and I think I should be able to push it through. No, I believe that's C-clipped. Yeah, I'm gonna have to pull that apart. I was hoping to just be able to drop this differential out, but it appears I was mistaken. Okay, now there is a half shaft in here. I'm gonna try to just push that guy all the way through. I don't want to take this differential apart because it doesn't have a bolt for the master pin. It's got a roll pin shoved in there, and I don't feel like messing with it. So I'm just gonna push that axle in that way, and that should give me, yeah, enough space to pull this thing apart. Let's get this guy out of here. I think this has recently been rebuilt. I see some nice shiny shims back there on this pinion. And it's pretty clean. Come out, please. What are we doing? Nope. Nope. I think that axle's still hanging up on this bearing right here. All right, what I'll do is I'm gonna reach through over here with the screwdriver and try to push that axle the rest of the way out. I think I can barely reach it if I can get past that master pin. Let's turn this. I can't see what I'm doing here. Which I'm not gonna get past that master pin. Okay. Maybe if I go in this way. Negative. Okay. Yeah, what I'm trying to do here is reach in and keep moving that axle a little farther down that way. That way this unit can come out, but having a hard time reaching it now. Here, let's see if I got enough. Have it pushed in enough now, because I think I did get it with that little angled pry bar guy. And the survey says it's still stuck. Yep, it's still stuck in there. All right, we're pulling out the big guns when all else fails. Coat hanger. Wire coat hangers for the win. So I can bend this however I want. Problem with this is it's not very strong. Please go. Just keep jamming it in there until it moves. Ooh, I have an idea. I'll fold it in half, and that gives me twice as much hanger. There we go. Now it's twice as thick. Okay, we need a little bit of a bend here. There it goes. Got it. Now, I can pull this differential out. Don't make a liar out of me. There we go. I don't want to be a liar. Good to go. So we can see right here, we've got an axle seal. These Dana 30s are not sealed in the front, they're sealed inside at the differential. Let's just pop this guy up. There's one seal. Look at all the dirt. Look at all that dirt that's been coming into this axle through that through the tube. Wow. Yeah, that's gonna take some time to get that out of there. Look at this. It is thick. Oh, look at that. It's form fit dirt. Vehicle specific application. Wow. Alright. Yeah, I need to clean all that out. That's fun. So what I'm going to do is just push this through with a pry bar all the way to the other side. There it is. Let's get some of this dirt out of here. Goodbye, dirt. Nasty. There we go. Clean out these tubes a little bit, actually a lot of it. There's a bunch more that was done off cam, and I want to go ahead and press these new seals into position. Now the way this is going to work here, I think they're going to go in that direction like so. Oh, seal gravity. Right about there. Now there's a special tool designed to press these in. Basically it's a threaded rod with a stopper on it. And then it's got a surface here that meets the seal and will drive it in as I move the nut on the rod. See how that works? Make it longer, it pushes this guy out. This presses against one side of the differential and that pushes the seal into the axle tube. Now, curiously enough, I did not notice the seal on this other side and I don't understand why it's not there. So what I'm gonna do is shorten this as much as possible. We'll slip the seal in, we'll extend the tool, and we'll run these threads down right here. Almost. There we go. A few good turns out of this nut, and that's going to drive the seal into the axle tube. Begin driving seal now. I'm going to go. Yep, it's going. Nice. You see it going in? That orange is not silicone, that's the seal between the differential housing and the axle tubes. Those are not replaceable, they are installed during manufacturing. I mean, they probably are replaceable, but not to a level of within my skill set. I think that's in all the way. I'm not really certain how far I go. Do I do this till it bottoms out? Yeah, I'd say that's good. 2. Now, let's see. You know, perhaps there is supposed to be one there, and the last folks that were here forgot to do it. It's a possibility. We're gonna find out real quick, because if this seal presses in, then it's gonna go, and if it does not press in, well, then we know. But I'm pretty sure it's supposed to be there. Jeep people, do you know the answer? Someone out there knows. Let me know in the comment section down below. Because I may be making a mistake right now that I'm unaware of. That would be unfortunate. Like I said, if it goes in, it's going. And it is reluctant to press in. Yeah, maybe it doesn't go there. So then how do we seal this axle? I don't understand. Yeah, that's not going in. Not a chance. Loosen that up. Only one axle seal, huh? That's weird. Doesn't make any sense. Okay. Wait, hang on. I think I figured it out. I know where the seal is. That seal is way, way, way down here. It's inside of the axle. I think that's it right there. Not the little star spline looking guy, but the thing around the edge of it. I think that is the seal for this axle tube. And that's not serviceable. I don't know how to get into that unless I take off this controller, or this four-wheel drive locker right here, whatever this device does. I think I can only access that seal through here. That's not gonna happen. I'm not taking that apart. So that seal right there gets to stay. Plus it wasn't leaking, so that one gets to stay right where it is. This one was the leaker. So we changed the leaker. That explains why there was not a seal right here. Jeep people, if you let me know about that in the comments, I appreciate it. But we have figured it out, and now I know. Okay, moving on to the back side of the differential. Let's go ahead and pull this yoke out. Loud noises. The pinion's also gonna come out with it. And then we can pop this pinion seal out. And then drive in the new one. Here comes the pinion. I'm just gonna push that on through. And I've got it from the front side right here. There's our pinion. You know, I don't get that. Pinions seem to have had a new shim on it, as if it had been replaced, but the seal back here is old as dirt. So why didn't they put a seal in it? I guess they thought it was good, which it kind of was. It's not leaking. This isn't working. Destroy. Pry bar. Got it. Okie dokes, we've got the new pinion over here on the press. There's our bearing, there's the shim. That's the shim, and the only shim that's supposed to be used in this specific application. There are many others in the box, and those are for shimming other components, but this is just for the inner pinion seal. Pinion bearing. Is this thing gonna go? Yep, we're moving. Slide that guy right on. When it bottoms out, then we're good. Ooh, hang on, we're slowing down here. Let's see what happened. Yeah, I think that should be good. Okay, false alarm, continuing on. Nothing to see here. Oh, we were getting stuck on these metal plates down here, that's what it is. The shaft wasn't going through the holes there. There, spread that out some, now it'll fit. Nice and centered. Yep, there she goes. Going in the rest of the way. Ting. Almost. Almost. Ding, pong, dong. There we go. Okay, inner bearing is seated. Let's inspect the bearing, make sure we didn't break it. Looks good. Okay, moving on. Okie dokes, back over here at the axle. I've had this pinion in and out about 3 or 4 times now. Each time I remove it, you've got to pull the yoke with a puller because this yoke sits a little tighter on that pinion than it did the original. And the reason I had to do that is we've got to get it shimmed properly. There is no crush washer on this. So you've got to shim the 2 bearings and space them evenly. That way they have just the right amount of clearance in their bearing races, which I also changed that as well. A lot of that was boring and meticulous, and it's taken me about an hour and a half to get this set up the way it is. So I didn't record all that because it would have made for a horrendous edit and probably a boring video. So we just moved forward through time some to the point where this pinion's going back together. So we're almost all the way set up. I'm just gonna run this yoke back down one more time, and then we'll check the clearance. All right, that's at the bottom. Like I mentioned, the shims that we put in there is just to space this back bearing. That way you don't tighten this thing down and then the bearings squeeze in on the races, and then it doesn't allow the pinion gear to turn. So at this point, that part's good to go. Now we need to set up the bearings on the differential itself and then get that thing installed. But first, I need to clean the rest of this case out. Stinky shiny. All the old fluid and the dirt. Let's get rid of that. And then I can contaminate it again when I go ahead and polish off the silicone. Then I can clean it out again. Maximum cleanliness. And as for the silicone, I'll just peel this off with a Ziz wheel pad and an angle grinder. Beginning loud noises now. Beginning loud noises now. Yeah, this silicone's coming off very easily. Someone recently was just in here. Maybe not recently with time, but recently by mileage. Good to go. Goodbye, contaminants. We don't need you. Alright guys, new differentials coming in. A few videos ago, we went ahead and installed the ring gear onto this locker. I call it a locker, it's actually a limited slip. But we've got the gear on it already. I'm gonna get this fit into place, and then I've got to shim this thing side to side. See all that play right there? That's no good. So we have to install some shims with these bearing cups, and that's gonna set our mating relationship between the ring gear and the pinion gear, and it's also going to center this carrier. Oh yeah. Okay, so I've got it shimmed, and it's about as preloaded as I think I can get it. All that's of course based off the existing pinion depth. So what I'm going to do now is we're going to paint this, and then if the paint shows up really good, I'm going to hit it with a micrometer real quick. We're going to check all the backlash and everything. If it all specs out okay, we're going to go ahead and proceed and put the axles in. Okay, just like we did on the rear axle, we're going to smear a bunch of gear paint onto these teeth. We're going to spin them around and check the paint pattern, and that's going to give us a visual indicator with regards to the relationship between the pinion gear and the ring gear. Just going to smear that in real nice like and generous. We're going to get the coasting side and the driven side, or the acceleration side. As this passes over the pinion, it's going to rub away some of this paint, and that's going to show us where the pinion is contacting the ring gear. That should be good. Now I am going to keep my hand on this just to create a bit of friction, and I'm rotating the pinion. Let's see what we get. Seems pretty decent. We've got contact here in the center of the gear, right there, in the center. It's not off to the edge, and it's not bottomed out. I believe the Excel side is pretty good. It's a little farther down than I'd like, but I'm afraid if I space this out any further, it's going to put the contact surface right here on this gear edge, and that's not what we want to do. So let's go ahead and check the reverse side and just make sure the decel side is in good shape, and then we can proceed. So again, same thing. I'm going to rotate the pinion, and I'm going to hold the carrier, and as the gears pass, it's going to rub the paint. Okay, revisiting again. The coast side and the decel side are showing a similar wear pattern. I'm cool with that. It's gonna stay. I just need to check backlash with a micrometer. We should be good to go. But I do believe backlash is fantastic. Very, very minimal. I can barely feel it. Now, we do want a certain amount of backlash. We don't want these things to be tight and touching at all times, because that'll just make a bunch of noise and it will wear. And we don't want to do that. I'm also not going to contaminate my fresh new fluid with some paint, so we're going to wash that out of there. Goodbye, gear paint. I believe it's fairly inert, but it doesn't need to be there. Shiny. Spin this thing around. Check the other side. Oh, we missed some paint. Goodbye. All right, this thing is ready to rock. All right, we skipped ahead a little bit. I've got the cover back on. It was uneventful. I smeared some silicone on it, cleaned it up, bolted it back on. That's ready to go. I'm prepped to pump some oil into it, but I'm gonna wait until this sealant is all the way cured, so I'll probably just do that tomorrow. I'm running out of daylight and I'm fixing to leave, but my goal was to get this thing movable today. So I'm gonna go ahead and go into super high speed fast forward motion, and we're gonna get both these wheel bearings and then the brakes set back up. Okie dokes, so we're gonna get the backing plate set up. I believe that goes right there, yep. And our hub bearing is coming in. Let's get these in position and bolted together. Get in there, please. Bolts coming in. Oh, come on now. Don't do that. It's stuck. There. As always, I'm going to put all the bolts in first to ensure proper alignment, and then I'll tighten them down. here. Click. Let's finish these two off. Nice. No, that's not what goes there. The washer goes there. What is that? Be right back. Nice, that's tight. I'll torque that later. Okay, let's toss the rotor on. That's next. Let's get our caliper back on. I need to blow all the dirt out of this. And I'm gonna move you guys out of the way for now, and I'm gonna clean this thing out. Don't go anywhere. Okay, I've blown out all the dirt and garbage and whatnot from inside of this caliper. Now we can actually see it show. Let's go ahead and get this guy back on. Then we'll swing back over to the passenger side and get all that stuff reassembled as well. Come on, caliper. Get in there. There it goes. Sort of. Nice. Okie dokes, moving along, still moving along. Backing plate and wheel bearing. I did listen to these bearings while they were out just to check them for grinding noises. They sound pretty good, so I'm not going to bother worrying about replacing them. You got to stop somewhere, right? I mean, if I replaced everything on this that was used, it would, well, this thing would be here for a year. And we're trying to avoid that. So we're just gonna stop fixing everything and just change what we need to change for now. Go on, bolt, get in there. All right, bolt number 2 coming in. Here's my hammer. Socket hammer. Everything is a hammer. Where's that third one at? Here it is. Triple clicks. All right, brake rotor. We can hang that real quick. While we're here, let's go ahead and get our axle nut in so I don't forget. Those are very easy to forget. Or I forget them very easily, or both. One doesn't want to thread. Now you do. More leverage. All right. I'll torque that later. Let's get our caliper hung. Now, the way I did this on the other side was turning the wheel all the way over. Let's try it. Let's try that same concept here on this side. Go on. Get on there, please. What are you doing? Oh, pad came out sideways. That might have something to do with it. Here, let's try that again. Just wiggle it down in there. I could pull the pads out and compress that piston, but sunk cost fallacy and whatnot. 2 bolts. You definitely don't want to strip these because the threaded surface is actually the steering knuckle on this, and if you strip the holes out, you have to fix the steering knuckle. And that would not be fun, because you probably got to replace it. as I can't get the threads to line up. There. Got it. Click. All right, good to go. Brakes are on. Let's get the steering linkage back on. And immediately after talking about not replacing everything, I come in here with a set of brand new tie rods. Because the other ones were worn out too. So we're changing these guys as well. How did that go? It came up from the bottom, didn't it? I think it did. Yep. Let's get that guy in. Ah! Castle nut gravity. Hang on. Come here. Please go on there. There we go. Okay, over to the other side. We'll hook up this knuckle here. And then we'll do the drag link from the pitman arm over to the end of the tie rod right here. That one goes... I remember it was a little tricky coming out. How's it gonna go? Going in, there we go. Nice. I think we're coming up on smooth sailing territory here, guys. What do you think? We're getting there. I'm lining up the hole for the cotter pin with the grooves in the castle nut. Got it. Cotter pin coming in. This is much longer than it needs to be. So I'm going to trim it off so it's nice and pretty. Tink. There. That's one. All right, well, while we're here, let's look left and go ahead and get the drag link installed. This end is going to go on the pitman arm, which is attaching to the steering gear, and then we're going to go back to the passenger side and connect it to the drag link here. Tie rod. Yeah, words. Always fumbling those words. Uh-oh. A little bit more, a little bit more, a little bit. And that's good. I can fit the cotter pin in. Let's push that back. There we go. Let's see, new pin coming in. Maybe. Too big. The pin's not going to fit. Smaller pin coming in. There we go. Super safe. Okay, back to the passenger side with us. Come here, tie rod. Let's see, how did this pass through? It goes in from the front. Yeah, that's correct. I'm looking over at the one on the ground. Yeah. Get in there. Nice. Man, I'm excited now, guys. We're in the home stretch on this thing, which is cool. Now, just because I have all the parts on doesn't mean it's finished, though. I've got some tinkering to do. There's still some vacuum lines in the engine that I have to reconnect. Well, what else is there? There's a couple things. This isn't right. What are we? Look at that. There's no space here. Do I have this backwards? No, I couldn't. No, hang on. Wait, that's straight. That's a straight wheel. I think that's... Hang on, that's loose. I left that loose. Wait. That's better. I thought that I made a drastic error in judgment. And I did. I didn't tighten down the tie rod. It was an error. Ow, I'm hit. Medic. Is that one gonna go in? Nah, too big. There we go, that's nice. Trim the pin. Excellent. All right, steering gears or steering linkage is all installed. I just need to get that dampener on there and we're good to go here. Okay, steering dampener coming in. This one's shiny. It was part of the Rancho shock set, so we're adding an upgrade to the steering as well. I may have mentioned that before, maybe not. But either way, we're putting in a Rancho steering dampener. Oh, it's misaligned. Right there, that's where I want it. All right, let's go down a little bit low. We'll connect that to the tie rod, and then steering is good to go. Okay, let's move on in a little bit here. We've got to install this little stud adapter thing so I can connect this dampener to this tie rod. I believe that's the shock absorber side, so this tapered side is going to come through. Yep, and that's also going to get itself a castle nut. Actually, hang on a second. I think I have a way to make this easier. Yeah, let's do this. Let's put the shaft on the dampener first. Please, thread. Get on there. Oh, I can't blame powder coat on that one. Okay. Now, I'll fit the dampener into the tie rod. There. Get on there. Where's the hole? All right. Okay, one more. Let's get this guy tightened down, and then, oh, I do need to fit the little wobbly thing here. Put the dangly bit around its little bracket and then zip tie that on. I'm thinking that the sealant on the diff cover should be nice and dry by now, and I can go ahead and pump the fluid in. So yeah, I'm about to put the wheels on this thing. We're almost ready to roll. I do have the front drive shaft out of it still, and I'm not gonna put that in just yet, just in case it's making any goofy noises or sounds. I don't want to have to worry about having that thing connected at the same time. I'll do that later. Okay, that guy's on. Let's zip tie it on over here, and that'll finish off the steering dampener. All right, zip tie coming in. All right. Fill it on up. Click. All right, guys, one quick walkthrough. We've got tie rods on, drag links on, steering dampers on, covers on, gears are in, axles are in, new seal there, no new seal there because I'm not pulling that apart, but that's okay. That one wasn't leaking. Clean all the dirt off. We've got exhaust replaced. We've got the Dynamax exhaust muffler down here. We've got greased U-joints. We've got new shocks on it, new seals all around, new rear wheel bearings, clean and adjust the drums. I painted the fuel tank, painted the diff cover, fixed the engine, put a clutch in it. I forgot about the clutch, and I did fluid in the transfer case and the transmission. So I think I've done all that I can do to this Jeep. I'm excited to drive it again and see how the re-ratio does on these axles. I'd like to learn. I just want to see how it feels. in its finished and repaired condition. Let's get the wheels on, and then we'll go ahead and fast forward to tomorrow morning when we take this thing out in the daylight and go for a test drive. All right, guys, it's the next day. Sun's bright and shiny. Jeep's still sitting here waiting on our test drive, so let's fire this thing up and take it for its first ride. That doesn't mean it's done. We're just making sure everything sounds good and is working good. Start. There we go. Nice. Okay, we got oil pressure, we got voltage, we got gasoline, we got 156,013 miles on the Jeep odometer. We got a safety belt, click it or tick it. Let's hit the road real quick, take it for a quick spin around the block, make sure everything's all good. I want to see how it feels with this new ratio. Here, we'll go forward. Where's reverse? Oh, come on, reverse. There it is, found it. A little sloppy. Yeah, we're gonna go out, make sure it feels good. I'm curious to see how this numerically higher gear ratio feels. We stepped it up from the factory 307 ratio. We're not gonna get any four-wheel drive action. There's not much mud and dirt around here. Maybe later. I have mud and dirt behind my house, but that means I have to bring the Jeep to my house. I don't know if I'm gonna do all that. I might. I kind of want to test it out. We really should test out the differential, but we'll see. We're doing some destruction around here. The way is shut. Looks like we're getting a new sidewalk. I can't see. Send it. Second gear. Wow, so far so good. It feels really nice. That ratio is not too crazy. It goes well with the larger diameter tires. The factory size in this was like a 27-inch tire, and these are 32-inch. I could smell all the heat and things, or I could smell all the like oils and fingerprints and dirt or whatever cooking off that new exhaust, and the glue from the stickers and the tape and the labels, etc., etc. Yeah, this feels really nice. Very good. All right, guys, I'm gonna go ahead and close this one out. I'm headed back to the shop. We're gonna park Project Jeep for a little while. I've got a couple other things I want to knock out before the weekend. Oh, hello, moped man. Dude looked like a GTA character. Anyway, guys, I'm rambling. As always, I'd like to thank you guys for watching this video. Hope you enjoyed this video. Hope you've enjoyed Project Jeep thus far. It is nearing completion, but we're not there yet. I'm sure there may be one episode or two coming up additionally on this particular Jeep. Yeah, we ride. So until then, again, thank you guys for watching. And most importantly, do not forget, oh dang, he's dumping coolant. That was nasty. Don't forget to have yourselves a great day. See you guys later. Into Project Jeep.